Hey guys, how's everyone doing? So I thought I'd do some live trading. Obviously, technically speaking, it's not live because I'm not streaming it straight to YouTube. I have sort of attempted, but the internet is probably not going to be able to tolerate streaming it whilst running stocks or trade, which is sad, but that's the state of affairs with my internet. So in Perth, Western Australia, what can you do? It's running, it's okay. So I want to discuss a few trades. Well, not trades, but setups that I didn't really take. ROIT. Look, what I do is I have a bit of a mental checklist, and I also have written down behind me as well against the wall here in my office about stocks having a catalyst, good volume, not necessarily a great chart history, especially intraday, but more price action intraday, and also it's pretty much that, honestly, and maybe not getting in straight away. I also have wait for a bit of clarity for things to settle, which I did do with ROIT, but I didn't see a catalyst. I know obviously they do with blockchain and whatnot, but there just wasn't that present. So I passed on it. Obviously, it got up to the highs of, I thought it got to 22 nearly. It didn't, but I was just in the back of my mind, I was like, Scott, you're chasing this. So I passed and I didn't get in. I mean, I was talking with a friend of mine here in Perth as well, Chad, fellow trader, about there was certain anticipation about this session because it's a shorter session. A lot of people probably aren't at work, and nothing. It was not outrageous action, honestly. We'll refer to the top. I mean, what I do try and do is just stick to what stocks I have researched. I don't want to get into bad habits like that. So I didn't end up looking at MRA. He talked about that. I knew that was man. Come on, Scott. I think I was just watching ROIT, and I was also watching SRAX when it broke $7, and also HMNY as well because it peaked past $14. But nothing spectacular to talk about. Marathon Payton Group. Interesting. Come on, you can do it, internet. This is interesting. Double top. So there's obviously a little bit of resistance here in, above 4, in the 14s sort of level. That's, I mean, I wouldn't call that a bearish sign. With another breakdown, then you could probably conclude that this could be a sell. I mean, because it hasn't really taken out the low again of 376. Pretty good volume though. Overall, very good volume as well. Low float is a low float. There's nothing. What's the catalyst here? It's laggy. We're getting lag. You can do it, internet. Pretty good pre-market volume as well. And it got to the high of 448 right there. So it's interesting. I mean, this just looking at it. I mean, it's obviously basing a little bit of there's some support being established, but I mean, just how it's looking there, I would probably say, this is not enough. It would have been probably here, this little dip, and then that, get into the high of that, and then that would have probably been tradable. It's just, HMNY, they had the catalyst, but this happened, and then it was strange. There was, low volume as well. Now this as well, this was unusual, and I just avoided it. The lower the volume, the less flexibility you have to get in and out of a position as well. So it's important to remember that. XNET, this was pretty good. it's just pretty ugly intraday. There was no dips, within the first 15 minutes. There was no panic. It's just sort of like choppy and sideways. SRAX, there was, it gained steadily. This is probably right here was the opportunity. It busted out of, just an established resistance level, and then it took off to, so that was a potential play. Volume, not too bad. I don't really want to ramble on, but it's a little disappointing. I had grandiose plans making trades and this and that, but it just hasn't really panned out. Let's have a look at MARK. I mentioned this in my updated watch list that I put out pretty much bang on market open. This sort of faded a little bit as well. Oh, 912, so we're up again a little bit. I talked about a trend continuation to 10 potentially, but it hasn't quite happened. This one had a catalyst, but it wasn't really setting up that fantastic. It was about 850 or so. When was it? It was obviously in the morning, 8 o'clock-ish or so. But volume wasn't spectacular, and it's still not really spectacular, just sideways. Oh, MARE. Let's see what we have here. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Could be a 200%er on the day, potentially. What do we have here? Got a bit of Burkut. Break a high day, potentially. Well, not, obviously, during trading hours. 425. An aggressive entry would just be here, pretty much. Where's some support down here? 390. It's really down here. That's where getting all the bounces. 385. The more wicky it is, the more bearish. It's sort of just saying it's tested it and it's rejected. I'll try not to make this video too long. I like sort of doing this just so I put some accountability when I do something idiotic, which I haven't done recently. I think my problem is I'm probably too conservative, so I'm not actually trialing things enough. That's one of my cognitive biases. I think I value money too much. It's even a demo account, but the demo account I'm obviously sharing, so I don't want to look like an idiot in front of all the Profitly members, the YouTube channel and this and that. No, it looks like it's rejecting it. It's got some resistance there. EKSO, I'm going to get EKSO up and then I'm probably going to conclude the video, guys. I've got a semi-early start tomorrow. I've got a few things on, so... No. It's going to be laggy. You can do it. What is this? Official notification to shareholders of matters to be brought to a vote. Interesting. I want to load this up, but it's not really. What's the volume like? Volumes, well, it's not diabolical. It's not like a big sudden panic though. There's obviously that candle there. It just seems to be steadily going down. I'm going to leave it here, guys. I'm getting pretty tired and early start schedules are not ideal. Again, thank you for watching. Happy trading and good luck. Bye.